Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we are back with another viewer summons. As you can see, we're on 19-14. Big shout out again to Javid and Najini, the guild, for allowing me to do the summons for them. They've actually had multiple accounts that we're doing the summons across, and we have been building this one as we are back on Bruce 12's account as we continue to build progression. As you can see, we already have Shamira, we have Iran, we have Hendrik already to Ascended, as well as Gwyneth. Looking to get some more heroes here. As you can see, we have 76,000 diamonds, so we are going to have an absolute insane amount of diamonds. So let's start as we always do with our soul stones. As you can see, we do have 17 elite soul stones. So we're going to go with 5 at a time just to go ahead and get these done. So the first 5, we did unlock Torn. Very nice. A hero that I am trying to build on the Graveborn account. Just need a couple more copies of him, as well as we have a copy of Belinda and a copy of Torn. It looks like double fodder for Arden there. So as we continue, we're hoping, fingers crossed, Celestials and Hypogeans is what we're looking for here, which we got a copy of Cathar. So definitely unlocking some Graveborns on this account, as well as, looks like Satranda. People have said she's really good in the Mauler Tower. I have never found a spot for her. Main account, I have her up to Ascended, and still cannot find a niche for her to play and really perform really well overall in the campaign or even in the tower. Double copies of Tassie, Cathar again, and then we have Falks. So very powerful. Tassie is an S+ Wilder, which does absolutely phenomenal. So 5 more here, again, hoping for some Celestials, which Anoki, still want to build him on the Mauler account. He is very powerful. He is going to be the one that I feel is really going to step up and replace Warwick as far as the team comp is for the Maulers. So very cool to see him unlocked here, as well as we got a copy of Oden and Rain, which is unanimous fodder. Same with Nemitsu, but Anoki and Oden, very good pulls there with the elite stones, as well as just some more fodder to go ahead and end that. So let's take a look at the tavern here, our wish list. We're going to go ahead and I want to put in Anoki just because I know how powerful he is. And we have Saurus already in here, which we want. We have Oden in here, which we want. So we will go ahead and just keep the wish list how it is, because I'm not sure if Bruce 12 is looking to go ahead and build specific heroes. I know we were shooting for Gwen last time we did this, but we'll go ahead and keep him in there. But I don't know. I'm thinking swap out Brutus, which we're going to swap out Brutus just because I know how powerful Anoki can be. So as you can see, we have 11,000 companion summons, 140 scrolls, 78 of our faction scrolls, and 76,000 diamonds. So again, we have an absolute insane amount of summons here, as well as a couple cards, but we'll go ahead and save those. So let's get into our companion summons at this point. Hopefully we can pull 1 or 2 elites out of here. It's really ideal. The rate is quite a bit lower, and look at that. We have Belinda, we have Tassie, we have Nemitsu, we have Falks, we have Oden. A lot of heroes going there to Elite Plus, and a lot more fodder heroes, and again, a lot more fodder between all of the factions. As you've seen in the last video, our bags are getting pretty full with heroes here, so we're going to have to really prioritize what we're looking for and who we're going to build on these accounts, because it is very cool to see the amount of heroes that you can get. And all of these accounts are free to play. Najini, the guild, most of the players, I believe, if not all of the players, are free to play. So this is free to play. So you can really see what you can do on a free to play account. And there is our first elite, which is a copy of Screg. Very nice. Right now, him and Anoki seem to be the 2 primary tanks for the Mauler faction. Both super powerful. Overall, the ability to really push the tower. That's why I cannot wait to see Anoki built and see just how well he performs. And another elite there from the companion, which is a copy of Rowan. Best support class in the game, especially because he's not Celestial or Hypogean, so you can actually pop him in the wish list, get a lot of copies of him. And like I've said before, a lot of people have asked about him. I pull a lot of copies of Rowan. If you guys look back at my summoning videos and the ones that I've done, I pull a lot of copies of Rowan and a lot of copies of Lightbearers. So there we got 3,300 tokens, which is awesome. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into 140 scrolls. Feeling real lucky. Went and finally got a quarantine haircut. So I actually went to the barber today. So very, very cool to finally feel a little bit back to normal. So we'll continue our summons here. Again, getting a lot more fodder heroes, but 140 scrolls that we can go ahead and use here, which an elite right off the bat. Look at that. Good luck with a copy of Tassie. So we already pulled 2 copies of her. There is another copy. So she might be a hero that we can get up a little bit higher, and a double. So not only back to back, but a double, which is Inoki. Look at that. Double Inoki. That's why I put him into the wish list. Such a cool hero. So that's already 3 copies of Inoki that we pulled. So we're only 2 summons in for our regular scrolls and already have some massive luck with the elite pulls that we did. Can't believe a double Inoki. That's so nice. I wish it was the Mauler account that we could pull a couple copies of Inoki, but haven't had any luck. And another elite there, which is a copy of Titus. We left him in there. Titus, again, is another hero that I hear is really good for the Mauler Tower because he's one of the only Maulers that provide a CC aspect. So actually putting him behind a couple heroes to go ahead and provide some CC, and there goes Inoki to Elite Plus. But he has the ability to not only push the front line back with the combination of Screg, but also, again, provide the CC for Screg once the line is pushed back. So we do have 1 card on the table. We have 80 more summons here. Hoping we get a couple more elites, which we are getting a lot of rare fodder. So we're going to have a lot of heroes and another double. Look at that, which is a copy of Iran and Screg. Iran, by far the best Wilder. If you look at the S+, him and Tassie are super powerful. Screg, again, with the Mauler Tower, very powerful hero to build. So we've gotten 2 doubles so far. No Celestials or Hypogeans yet, but I'm really hoping we can pull 1 or 2. And here, again, got another copy of Sylvana, got a copy of Screg. So as we continue, some more fodder there. 40 more scrolls, and then we'll get into the diamonds. And another elite there. Hopefully it's a copy of Inoki, which it is. Look at that, Zolrath. He's a hero that I've never seen built. I would definitely like to build him. But looking at the Celestials, the Hypogeans, he's a little bit further down, but he does fit in some niche formations. But we did pull our first Hypogean, which is very cool. Hoping we can pull 1 or 2 more here. Would really make for a great summoning session. And another elite. So we are getting pretty lucky with our cards here. And it is Wukong. So you want a Celestial? There's a Celestial. Wukong is simply amazing for PvP. A lot of people don't use him in the campaign. And look, another elite there, which is Solus. I've started using Solus in the Wilder account. Super powerful, especially when you get her signature item up to +20, so the Floral Spectre actually lives. Her ultimate does a ton of damage, and if the Floral Spectre is up, the Floral Spectre does a ton of damage as well. So again, getting a lot more cards here. And we have a insane amount of heroes that we can get up here. So 76,000 gems. So we will start getting into the diamond summons, which again, we've gotten some Celestials, we've gotten some Hypogeans, we've gotten 3 copies of Inoki, 3 copies of Tassie. So we are doing very well so far with the summoning session here. And another elite right there. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. A copy of Screg. Again, that's 3 copies of Screg. And we're starting to run out of bag room again. It's what we've seen a lot of. All right, so we got 2 cards there. 65,000 diamonds yet. We are getting a lot of rare cards. I mean, 4+ rare cards. There's 4 more rare cards. And here's our elite pull, which we get 1 right off the bat. A copy of Inoki. There he is. Look at that. So that we can even just take him up to Legendary Plus, which is very, very cool to see. So again, I think we're going to have to go through. He is a hero that I would definitely like to see, and I know we have a lot of fodder heroes on this account. So we're not going to go ahead and use, we have double of those, we have double of the Spider Queen, a lot of Nemisu copies, we have a lot of Screg copies. So I'm going to go ahead and use these two just to go ahead and get him up to Legendary Plus, freeing up a little bit of bag space. And the heroes, as you can see here, we're not going to use that because this is a lot of fodder that we're using for making sure that the library, so the actual unions, stay formed. So some of these accounts are designed specifically for that, ensuring that the unions stay formed between all of the heroes. If you've seen how much of a pain it is to swap out unions when that little red exclamation point shows up every day in the unions, and you have to go back and refill it in all the time. And another double pull there, very, very nice. Copy of Inoki, another Inoki and an Isabella, very nice there. Isabella in the Graveborn Tower, super powerful, and another copy of Inoki. That gives us five copies of Inoki. Triple, look at that, a double to a triple. It is, oh, double Rose and a Nara. Wow. Wow, we are having some good luck on this account. That is absolutely insane. So there's a Nara, there's another Rose. So as we continue to get these heroes up, again, we have a lot of heroes. Look at the insane amount of heroes we have that we can go ahead and continue progression. We do have Rowan there. I know we pulled another copy of Rowan. We have a lot of heroes to go ahead and work on in this account. Going to be super stoked when they start building out the heroes and really seeing who we're going to have to work with here. And there's our elite pull, which we did a double to a triple to a single, which is another copy of Solus. Very, very nice. Got another copy of Solus, another copy of Sylvana. So continuing, we still have 40,000 gems left, which is crazy. And we are going to have a significant amount of barrack stones as well. Come on, we need some more doubles and some more triples because we are running out of bag space here with all of the heroes that we continue to pull. Now we have 3 cards on the table in total and another elite there, which I'm hoping for Saurus. He's a hero that I definitely love on every account, even at elite. If you're going through the brand new event that's going on, the Celestial Isles, make sure at floor 10 you're pulling a copy of Saurus if you don't have him already ascended, because he is super powerful as you do progression throughout this game. He is very strong in the Twisted Essence bosses. He is very strong in the guild bosses. And I believe now with the rework of patch 1.41, he is going to be effective in the campaign. So it'll make a huge difference with his effectiveness actually in the campaign. And again, we're going to have to just take a few of our fodder heroes here. So we'll start with Angelo and we'll go with Hogan, just because we have a lot of copies of him. And we're just going to make a couple fodder heroes here, just throughout the factions, because we are building way too many heroes here. So in here we do have a copy of Arden, which I know I believe a copy of Ira as well. Don't have enough for Ira, but look at the amount of Tassies we have. As well as here, I believe we do have a Sylvana already down here, which we have Sylvana here. Not too much food here, though. I don't believe the Celestials, the Hypogeans, we have room either. So we are just really starting to fill up this account to have more room to summon heroes. And another elite there, which I'm hoping again for Inoki. Copy of Lucius. I always take a copy of Lucius. Super powerful light bearer. We haven't seen Gwen and we haven't seen Hendrik. They're 2 heroes I know we're looking to build, but as of now we haven't seen any copies of them. to continue to build that combination. And another elite there, which is another copy of Tassie. I believe that's 4 copies of Tassie at this point. So we're getting pretty lucky, and look at that, back to back. And it is Safiya. Definitely another Mauler that is super, super powerful. Safiya and her Falling Sun ability just absolutely destroys heroes. If you've seen, she's actually destroyed entire teams of heroes, meaning all 5 heroes, and back to back to back elite heroes with Skarath. We have pulled a lot of Maulers out of here today. A couple more rare cards. Like I said, we are maxing out a lot of that, and that takes Skarath to Elite Plus. A couple more heroes there. So we can continue with the fodder. 4 cards on the table. We are almost through the gems at this point. So a couple more summons and back to back to back to back doubles. Oh, Lucius and Rose again. Wow. This is an absolute phenomenal summoning session in back to back doubles. Titus and Nara. I don't think I've ever pulled this many elite heroes out of summons. We've gotten triples. We've gotten, I think, 4 doubles, 3 doubles, 4 doubles, maybe even 5 doubles. Titus, Rose, Lucius, another copy of Ira. This has just been an insane amount of heroes that we have been pulling out of here for elites. We still have 4 cards. We still have the stones. We still have 78 faction scrolls at this point. And look at the amount of rare cards that we are pulling. Our final pull for diamonds. And we're pulling 5 rare cards on every single pull. Not only did we get an absolute insane amount of emblems here, is we got an insane amount of heroes. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll collect up our stones here. So we're gonna have 3, so that's gonna be 3 more elites. Again, make sure we got a little bit of room in our bag. That way they don't all go to, all right, 3 more. Copy of Oden and Lucius. We've pulled a lot of Lucius, a couple Odens. Nemisu we have a ton of copies of. Look at that, we still have 36 rare cards there, which we're gonna go ahead and get into the summons in a moment, into the faction summons, but we're gonna go ahead and pull. And I'm thinking with this, we're gonna go with light bearers because we are building Gwen, we are building Rowan, we are building Hendrik. A lot of heroes that we're focusing on here is going to be light bearers. So we're actually gonna go for the cards. My bag's full. I don't even think we have enough room for anybody at this point. So let's see what we got. We got a couple copies of Rose, but again, as far as fodder, we don't really have that much fodder. I know Angelo's down there. We could go ahead and get Rose built up. We do have Rowan, which Rowan does need a little more fodder. We only have 1 copy there. Don't have enough to get him any higher. And here, again, we do have a couple fodder heroes here that we could use to go ahead and get some of these heroes higher. But again, we're waiting on a couple more copies of Scrag, which we have 1. We actually do have 2 copies of Scrag there. Same with the Wilders. We do have quite a few heroes here. I'm not sure if Almas is going to be used for fodder. Iran, we do have a couple copies as well, even though he's already ascended. And then our Graveborn team, we have pretty much everybody available, as you can see in this team, to make more room in our bags. But we'll go ahead and we'll pull them and we'll see what we can get here. So let me pause this for a moment and we'll go ahead and we'll see what we can get here. All right, so we made a little bit more room for some heroes. We did get Rose up to Legendary Plus. We got Tassie up to Legendary Plus, so it gave us enough room to at least do some Lightbearer summons. So we are looking for copies of Gwen and Hendrik at this point, which copy of Belinda. Very nice. She is super, super burst DPS. What I've noticed though is as I've been progressing further into the campaign, into chapter 30, another copy of Belinda. I've actually replaced Belinda with Gwen just because of the continuous damage versus the burst damage. So hopefully, which unlocked a copy of Thane. I think at this point we've unlocked just about all of the heroes, but still no Gwyneth copies. So I'm hoping with our Lightbearer pulls, we're gonna pull at least 1 or 2 copies of Gwen. And we do get a copy of Falx for our last one. So this one again, we're gonna go with the Lightbearers. So as we continue, 78 scrolls here, looking for copies of Gwen at this point in an elite right off the bat. Hopefully it is Gwen. It is Lucius. We have pulled a lot of copies of Lucius at this point. So let's go ahead and look. We got another Elite Plus Lucius and a Belinda, so we add a little bit more room there. Hopefully we can continue and get through the rest of these pulls, which are a lot more rare cards, but we need some double elites. So we are completely full up on bag space again. We're going to have to go through and really focus and see who exactly we're going to build on this account, because the rare cards and the fodder are just absolutely stacked at this point. We have no room again. So we could use, we don't even have that much fodder on these accounts. That's where I'm kind of stuck, is if we go ahead and focus on getting a couple of these heroes to Mythic, is even here, the overall fodder, we don't have that many fodder cards at all. So we have a copy of the Spider Queen there, which we can use goalless. So I'll make a little bit, you already possess a higher, which we could even make goalless in that point. Just that way, we can make just a couple more slots. And here we'll go ahead and get him up to Legendary Plus. That way we have some food. When we go ahead and get, if we're going to get Anoki up, if we're going to get Scrag up, depending, because we have double copies of Scrag here. So we can actually take Scrag to Ascended at this point for the Maulers, which is what I'm thinking we're going to do. But again, we're going to have just a little bit more fodder to have enough to get him up to Ascended. It's still saying the bags are full, so I guess we were kind of over full on that one. Even the Graveborn, again, we have Sylvana, we have Naru right here, but Graveborn we really don't have. We have a lot of heroes, but nothing to really get any higher at this point. We got Tassie up there, which again, we could use a little bit more fodder and get Tassie actually up to Ascended, but again, we need a couple more fodder cards. We're on the same boat here, because even if we take him to, well, we could use goalless and take him to Mythic, but that still wouldn't be enough. We need Mythic Plus to get him up to Ascended at that point. And the same with the Lightbearers, is we have so many copies of Belinda, we have so many copies of Lucius, we have copies of Rain, Oscar. Actually have, I'm not sure why I didn't put her together, but got a lot of blue cards. Still have Angelo in there. I'm thinking that will give us enough for a summon. And another elite. Hopefully it is Gwen at this point. We're fingers crossed. Rowan. We will definitely take a copy of Rowan, because that will give us another copy, taking him to Elite Plus at that point. So that will give us Rowan. That will give us, I believe, the 2 other copies of Rowan that we needed to actually get him up to Ascended as well. Which we have 1 copy there, so we do have 2 of Rowan. So Rowan we'll be able to take to Ascended, depending what we want to use, again, for food, because we do have some heroes down there. But I don't think, 2 more pulls here. And every single time we are going to be completely capped. And with the Lightbearer pulls, again, I don't know why it's not putting these together to make the Elite Plus, because now it did Smart Ascend, which puts it together for Hogan. So we have 1 copy of Hogan there. Again, need a couple more copies of Gwen. We've got enough to sneak in another summon. We have 2 more summons left. Just a couple more rare cards. This is where we get kind of stuck with the free to play account, is just running out of bag space for the heroes. Because the summons we've been kind of stockpiling and pushing far enough into the account. We got 3 there, so this is our final one, and we have 1 card, which we got an elite on the final one. Hopefully it's Gwen. It is Rowan. We got another copy of Rowan. So we have gotten a lot of copies of Rowan at that point. And again, they don't want us to go ahead and progress, but this one will go sent to the mailbox. Let's see if we finally pulled a copy of her. Another copy of Rose. Very, very nice. So I believe that'll say that our bag is completely full. Yep, so the bag is still full to pick up our copy of Rose. And I believe for Rose too, that will take us to having a couple more copies of Rose. So yeah, we're really going to have to take a look at this account and see exactly who we're going to build, because we need to build some heroes on here. Again, the bag is still completely full. So make sure when you get on Bruce that you pick up Rose out of the bag. I'm going to leave it there because Rose is in the bag just waiting for you. Super, super stoked about the pulls. We got absolutely phenomenal pulls. Rowan, we have enough to get up. Inoki, we got all the way up to Legendary Plus. Again, using a couple fodders, we can get them up to Mythic Plus. Screg, we can get to Ascended. Even a couple heroes in here. We have enough copies to get Tassie to Ascended. Graveborn, didn't seem like we pulled that many Graveborn, but we did get another copy of Oden there, which is very cool. We did get Wukong we pulled, as well as Zolrath. So overall, super, super solid summons. Like I said, I don't think I've ever pulled this many summons and pulled this many elite cards when I was doing summons. Seems absolutely phenomenal and absolutely insane, the amount of summons. Didn't start with that many gems. We had 100,000 plus last time on the account we did viewer summons for last time. This one we had about 75, and I feel like we got way more elite cards on this one. So again, if you want me to do viewer summons for you, which I absolutely love to do, it's very, very cool to see. Check out the link below. Send me an email, furryhippogaming@gmail.com. If you want me to do some viewer summons, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.